the fourth tutorial in this series. This one is going to focus on press-ups. So when you're doing my workouts, you can absolutely feel free to modify the press-up to whatever one is going to suit you the best. Quite often during the workouts, I'm going to be doing them timed. So say doing the press-ups for 30 seconds, 40 seconds. So the modifications can help you do whatever one you can do for that entire length of time. Of course, challenging yourself so that it is hard work, but for example, just because you can't do a full press up doesn't mean that you can't do another version and can't do that exercise at all. So I will show you a few modifications, starting with the hardest and working down to the easiest. So remember back to tutorial 1 where I was talking about that neutral spine and making sure our rib cages are down and so that our tummy is braced and we're not overly arching through the spine. That is what we want when we are on the floor. So get in your all fours position. Again, with the press ups, what we're going to be aiming for with our ones is our hands right underneath the shoulders. These are going to be the hardest version because we're going to want to work on the triceps. You're just going to come so that you are straight up. So your knees might be a bit further back than your hips to do that, and then just push up. Squeeze the shoulder blades. We don't want our shoulders close to our ears. You want to keep that neck. So again, flat back, squeeze the shoulder blades together as you come down. Push all the way back up. So what we're doing is keeping our arms close to our body, not the bicep press-ups. Then you can come down onto your knees. So see there, I've just dropped the knees down, kept everything else exactly the same. Down and back up. Now what I am doing, so I'm imagining a line between my hands. I'm bringing my chest down to that line, so that involves me in some ways coming forward a little bit to do that. What I'm not doing is bringing my head down to my hands like this. So can you see the difference between that and this? You will feel the difference if you do it because this one is much harder, but that's what we want. If you're finding that one a bit challenging as you're going through the exercise, grab a chair or a bench and you can modify them. Again, it's the same principle. You want your hands underneath your shoulders and coming down so that the chest is coming to the hands, not your head. Aiming for good depth, keeping that back nice and straight. So again, you're not bringing the head down. Just think of pushing yourself forward ever so slightly. Again, you can do that on the knees. Drop down, straight back. Exactly the same, keeping the tummy engaged, the rib cage down. Now I'll show you one final modification, and that's if you want to do it up on the wall. Okay, so now I'll demonstrate what it's going to look like on the wall. So this will be the easiest of all the options if you need to start from here. So again, you can step as far out from the wall as you need to make it a challenge. But what I want you to remember is that it's exactly the same as if you were on the floor. So keep that rib cage down, maybe the tailbone tucked a little bit just to brace the abs. So you're keeping strong through your core. Now, the other point is that I don't want your hands up too high. So try and keep them parallel to the floor. so that again it would be the same position if we were on the floor. So if we walk out, we may just need to bring our hands down a bit to maintain that same position as if we were on the floor. This will make it harder, so do feel free to bring your hands up a little bit, but just make sure they're not going above your shoulders. Then what we're going to do is literally press down. Again, trying to bring the chest, so you may need to turn your head to the side to give yourself a bit more room. Now the reason why I don't want your hands up too high is because you'll start to put too much pressure through your shoulders and up here in your upper traps when you're coming down lower. So this is a chest exercise. So to keep it as a chest exercise, you need to keep the hands down lower so that you actually engage your chest. Now, as I said, you can walk forward to make it easier. And if you're feeling like a bit of a challenge, you can even push yourself away from the wall as you learn to build up to one of the other exercises on the floor. Okay, everyone, so the main points to remember, it's a chest exercise. So keep that chest engaged by keeping your hands underneath your shoulders. Keep your tummy drawn in, move your shoulder blades in and out, keeping your shoulders down, not up here. Keep your tummy braced and just try each one out and see how you go. Make it a challenge for yourself, but you've always got those modifications if you need to come down. Okay, ka kite, enjoy.